Hey guys, this is William with another video for Play-agricola.com's YouTube channel and twitch.tv/play_agricola. Playing an EGIK WM France deck G456 game with Turambar, jerryblr, and Keith. So yeah, gonna first pick Perpetual Student here, very strong card. I see Stable Artificer, so that's something to be aware of. Yeah, so like Zealous Farmer, I guess. For fence stables, like with Stable Artificer, maybe is a thing. I could always get something like Tenant Farmer is awkward with Perpetual Student because you really need the Hearth before you random Tenant Farmer. Um, Wood Carver could be okay. Clay Seller could be okay. Nothing too exciting is coming back here, so. Oh wow. Huh. So there's Dairy Crier to go with the Tenant Farmer. There's Eremite and Family Counselor. Both of those want to come out pretty early, though. Fence Stealer might be very good in this game. And the reason Fence Stealer might be very good is because of the Stable Artificer. Saving myself a bunch of wood on fences could be very good. Thing is, I think it's pretty dangerous to pass the Family Counselor here. It's a very strong card. I think it's what I'm taking. Hopefully, I pull it early. I maybe consider even just playing it manually for my first stock. Yeah, take the Family Counselor here. So, got Clay Starter made here. Could get those two cards. What I'm left with is something like these four. These five. Honestly, I'm not that excited about getting any of these seventh. Honestly, this is not looking like a great Perpetual Student hand. This is looking like a hand where I dump Perpetual Student, just play Family Counselor manually, and don't play that many Ox. Because, yeah, this is brutal. This is quite a brutal start to Perpetual Student. Seeing that I'm going to get, like, probably it's going to be, like, one of these three, and I'm not really that happy with randoming any of them. Man, Pasteurization Expert. Am I going to get Tenant Farmer back? But there's also Patron and Headmaster here. What the hell? This is a stacked pack. This is a stacked pack. I would first pick, like... I'd be happy to first pick Patron. Headmaster, Pasteurization Expert, I'd be slightly less happy. But I would still first pick them. So, like, passing Patron means Headmaster's a bit better, right? Because that person probably plays a bunch of occupations. But I've not been that impressed by the quality of the occupations in the draft. Like, I'm thinking about just going Pasteurization Expert here and hoping to get Tenant Farmer back and just setting that up. Dump Cattle Dealer, dump Perpetual Student, play Family Counselor, Pasteurization Expert, Tenant Farmer, and be satisfied with that. Because, yeah. Also, the fact that these are still here, maybe the other players are not interested in playing a lot of occupations, which would make Headmaster a lot worse. Alright, Tenant Farmer did come back. That's good. It was not a guarantee that it came back. So, that's quite good. Because the Pasteurization pick is a lot worse if I don't get Tenant Farmer back. And Eremite, alright. Yeah. So yeah, I think Perpetual Student is just getting dumped here because, like, I dumped that in Cattle Dealer because I have strict timing on Counselor Eremite. And probably my 7th Ock is not going to be that good either. The only time I would still play, yeah, this is junk. I don't care about any of these. The only reason to still play Perpetual Student here is if I get something that helps me play a ton of occupations. And it would have to be an actual ton. Like a ton. Alright, so Petting Zoo is great, since if I'm not getting the points from Petting Zoo, I've really screwed up the game. But for me, this is a very easy rope fences. Knowing how knowing about Stable Artificer, expecting wood to be kind of contested, rope fences letting me turn 2 reed into 6 wood seems good. Yep. Yeah, the other thing, Blackjack Davy, I'd be thinking about with the Perpetual Student Family Counselor is that maybe I do something like I'd be looking at a card like Evening Prayer and like play the two at the same time. I'm dumping Perp Gray. I'm just not going to play it. The cards, the best cards in so okay, the composition of the cards were there was the best card in the pack and then the best card with Perpetual Student, and those two things did not line up too many times in a row. I just decided I'm gonna dump Perpetual Student. That just what it's not worth playing unless I get some crazy minor here. Um, been burned by Stone Giant a couple times. I don't know if I want to take it here just to speculate on. Seems like I don't want Matic with Aramite. Do I want Animal Yard with this hand? I think no, given Artificer. I guess I take Stone Giant. Yeah. And hope I don't get burned by it yet again. Um, so it seems unlikely I'm going to build a fourth room because probably instead of building the fourth room, I'm going to focus instead on getting my fencing down to get my animal pairs breeding. So I think I'm probably not taking Half Timbered House here, so I'll take Grain Elevator. Maybe I don't play it, but yeah. Not very many passing miners here, which is unfortunate. Um, so if I'm okay with 4 fields only, then Manger is 2 wood for 3 points. The thing is, 2 wood might be worth 3 points pretty directly because of Stable Artificer. And there haven't been that many good passing miners, so I think I'm going to just grab Farmer's Market here so that I have something to keep my Aramite alive. Honestly, this is maybe even a Holiday House game. Like, I think there's a chance that it's a Holiday House game, that if I just complete my farm really early. Also, passing Hammock is kind of sad. I'm hoping that the wood, there's a ton of fighting over wood, and that I get to dodge that somewhat. So weekly market is maybe playable with Grain Elevator, but I've got the Farmer's Market as well, so I'll just take Guest Plow here. Yes. I don't know, like, I don't know how many of these miners I'm actually playing. Oh, Rylocren, I'm supposed to take Badger. Sorry, Rylocren. I forgot about that. From however long ago that was. There's not that much plow help in the game that I've seen, so Guest Plow could be okay. Guest Plow might be a reason to actually build the fourth room. Man, Matic is still here? Well, I really don't think I want to pass someone Matic 7th and just ask to be last a bunch in stage 1. But yeah, passing Ruins as well. Stone Giant and Ruins both have a similar effect, though. Yeah, not a great Aramite hand. Not a great Aramite hand. My food is very centered around breeding animals. I think it's unlikely I'm going to want to pay a wood for Spindle, given I expect wood to be quite tight this game. Worried about my lack of bonus point symbols? Yeah, I mean, If I have a reasonable farm with 4 stables and the stable artificer bonus, then like that's a lot of points. That means I can get a lot of points from my farm itself, right? And I know I can get breeding pairs of animals, unlike in some games where I don't know I can get breeding pairs. I know I can get breeding pairs in this game. But yeah, I think I'm well set up for a game where resources are tight and contested, and but I think if the game's very open, if there's a ton of food, if there's a ton of wood added, that's the game I struggle in more. All right, sheep flipped here, so I like Eremite into 2 clay, or I like Family Counselor into 2 clay. Um, let's do Eremite since they both have a very similar effect. They'll be both be 1 food per round, and the timing doesn't make a difference. Family Counselor at the end of the work phase versus Eremite at the start of the next round. Very similar. The one reason to play Family Counselor here is that if I'm quite certain I'm getting the 2 clay back, then there's a chance that I have to major minor in occupation in round 2, which means I would not trigger Family Counselor. But yeah, jerryblr taking the 2 clay here I think makes it a moot point because yeah, I'm gonna get to 3 wood or I'm gonna do expensive Ock. So yeah, if I can get 2 food per round, it's worth giving up a little bit of quality on my actions to make sure I'm getting 2 food per round. So and getting two wood out of Eremite should be quite good. So and as is usually the case, if I can get the grain out of Family Counselor, then grain elevator is not so important. I'm probably going to be in a position where I can choose between like plow and a food or 2 reed, and plow and a food is a reasonable move. So if I get some early fields down, then like getting some random early crops, like playing like getting 1 grain and then playing farmers market and sowing grain vegetable could lead to a very nice scoring game. Um, yeah, so I like to read, but it's bad. It's a bad action with Family Counselor here, so I'll read Stone Food. Because the only action I want to follow up to read with is 3 wood, and I'm not wheeling 3 wood. I'll just read Stone Food into 2 wood here. Miss the draft, what is the plan? Win the stable artificer points. That's the plan. Ooh, acquirer for jerryblr. Yeah. Two clay first action makes a ton of sense with acquirer. Whoops. Turambar start player homework. Nice. That's a first pick homework for Turambar. Patron, yeah, which he got fifth. Man, Turambar's opening pack. So when I saw Turambar's pack fourth, it had pasteurization expert, school principal or whatever the card is, where you get a food every time someone else plays an Ock, and then those food can be turned into points. Um, Patron, pasteurization expert, and there was another reasonable card in the pack which I've forgotten about. I took pasteurization expert because I was kind of off of headmaster. Thank you. I was off of perpetual student, and I was also pretty certain I was going to wield tenant farmer. If 3 wood's there, I'm happy to 3 wood 1 read this round and try to build the first room. Yeah, if Keith doesn't take it here, if he decides to play an Ock, for example. No. Mm. I think I'm going to start player farmer's market this round. Well, maybe I do that next round. Do I? Could just play an Ock here. This 2 wood action is pretty bad. First move 2 wood, like it might be there the second go round. Yeah, I guess I'd play an Ock. I should put my animals on the board. Yeah, like I might just farmers market second action. Not junior partner. There were not really that many passing minors in the draft. There's farmers market. There's maybe um there's maybe the one where you jump off T. There's maybe T, but I don't hmm. Keith's snapping up all the wood, eh? Wonder if Keith is maybe gonna fence or something. I'll plow here. Plow plus FF. Oops. Alright, so I get a read action here, which is good. I would prefer Reedstone Food, which I imagine is what I get, since Keith probably takes 2 read. So I probably get Reedstone Food, and then 2 wood, and then the Arrowmite gives me my 5th wood. But I might Reedstone Food into start player if I think there's going to be a good wood action available. Oh. Um. Okay. It's kind of weird. So Keith has got Miser. Keith is going to play Miser second action. And he wanted Reedstone Food to try to get towards Goblet. I don't know. Feels like Goblet is kind of lost. Feels like it's going to be very tough to win Goblet when Turambar, anyone playing a Stone Miner gives Turambar his 3rd stone, or a single Reedstone Food action. I think it was a bit ambitious by Keith. So Keith is playing. Oh, Keith is playing Silo Builder. What? Uh, what? So taking 2 wood here forces Turambar's build, but it gives up on Family Counselor for me. And it seems like Keith and jerryblr are both ages away from building, so it feels like I'm supposed to take the 4 clay here and just plan to get a good wood action with my first move next round. And I let Turambar get away with not growing until 5. Yeah, so then Turambar gets to like build and take 5 food in 5, which is pretty good when you've gotten to build the first room. Or yeah, fish here. Family growth flips. So what's Keith doing? My assumption would be Silo Builder enables him to grow. That's my assumption. But he played that before he played Miser. I would have thought he would have played Miser with his first move. Taking wood again. Hmm. Yeah, I guess I take this 3 wood because odds are my second move is family trigger. I want my second move to trigger Family Counselor. Might be plow, might be traveling players, might be 4 clay again. Seems possible that I build a clay room. Maybe I want to build a clay room and hit guest plow twice. Maybe. Just looking at the fact that I might get to 4 clay back here. What's Keith doing? Does he have Benefactor? I don't know. Benefactor seems rough, given what we know is out there. Start player for me to get 6 wood. No, I want to build grow next round. I don't want to leave family growth fallow to get 6 wood. I'm fine with jerryblr's kind of slowish acquirer start getting 6 wood because I just took 4 clay, and unless he has clay hut extension. If he has clay hut extension, I get wrecked. Which he might have clay hut extension. It's possible. If he has clay hut extension though, he's leaving the 6 wood. So I'm hoping he decides to grow 1 round later and take 6 wood if he does have clay hut extension. Because it also delaying is maybe slightly better with acquirer as well. All right. Well, I was wrong. I think if I'm jerryblr, I would have done exactly what I said, which is 6 wood into start player clay hut extension. I think that's fine. But yeah, this way Keith gets the 6 wood, which he obviously really wants. Because he's been taking wood like crazy. I'll be interested to see if Keith takes reed here now after passing on 2 reed in round 4. Yeah, no, Keith takes the 6 wood, of course. So I'm gonna build second move, right? So reedstone food build. Don't think I want to play an Awk here. Oh, I'm gonna change actually. I could Reno now. Um, you know what? With family growth in 5, I'll build a wood room and a clay room. I'll do both. Yeah. And I still don't really like the minor. I don't really like the. Yeah, I can't use the improvement action because if I do, then I can't build second action. Yeah, I think I'm okay with still building a wood room. Like I expect to get past Clay Hut Extension by Keith, right? So just try to make myself available to play Clay Hut Extension when I get past it, assuming that I get past it. Yeah, Fence Stealer as well for Turambar. Yeah. Well, I mean, passing Family Counselor would have been pretty sad, so hopefully I made the right decision. Hopefully. So yeah, so if I'm gonna Clay Hut Extend, I do need a bunch more read. So I should be looking for if there's ever a 3 read action, that 3 read action is quite appealing. Otherwise, continuing to take Reedstone food. But yeah, I need to prioritize wood actions quite highly. Definitely need a ton of wood. So I'm gonna family grow. So 3 wood family growth. Yeah, looks fine. Reno? I don't really think I want a Reno. I want a Reno like yeah. Like jerryblr is taking the sheep this round every time, right? I don't think jerryblr is ever grabbing the ever letting the 3 sheep pass here. Yeah, like I'm certainly gonna play Farmers Market on Family Growth, but yeah, I'm only gonna take Reno once I have a major to play. Which now that the 2 clay fireplace is available again is more interesting to me. I do want a cooking hearth eventually, but saving the 3 clay knowing Clay Hut Extension is out there probably saves me a full action, right? What's Keith up to? Is he setting up Tourist maybe? Or Renaissance Man? Maybe he's setting up Renaissance Man here. I don't know. Plus FF wood feed 5. I mean, I can just build grow again. I'm in that position to build grow because Keith is apparently not interested in growing, so if it's there, I'll do it. It'll mean probably giving up on the stable artificer points, but 5 room house, make sure I get to stone. Yeah. Oh, Keith did build. Okay, never mind. I'm dumb. I mean, I can build an 8 to grow in 9, I suppose. But yeah, Keith did build. Why did I think Keith didn't build? Because he didn't have Reed. But he took Reed last round. Never mind. I mean, I've build in 8, grow in 9. But if I can, ideally I'd like to slow play it until I can build a clay room. And then maybe I still do the 5 clay rooms thing, because then my guest plow can be turned on by clay hut extension. Certainly if I build a 4th room, then I'm giving up on the stable artificer points, right? Rip Goblet. Yeah, it was a... Did Keith even take Reedstone food after playing Goblet? I feel like he didn't even take... Like, he played Goblet into Berry Picker. He didn't even take Reedstone food after playing Goblet. So, yeah, I'm not so sure about that one for Keith. Ooh, Turambar Renoed. Hmm. Turambar renovating means there's like absolutely no pressure on my thing anymore. Oh, Cactus Lover. Okay. So, Fireplace, upgrade it. What else do you have? Maybe a 3 occupation miner. Maybe something that helps you play another occupation, a miner that helps you play. It plays Camembert, so you get to put your food on family growth. Sure. Okay, Fishhook Cowbell. I'm sorry, Keith, but those don't really move the needle here. I do not think falling this far in the growth queue is worth it. Now, Silo Builder is a strong card in and of itself, and if you know about Stable Artificer, okay. Um, but was it worth it? Not so sure about that. All right, I think I'm gonna get my grain here. I think I 2-read Reno Sheep or 2-read Reno Stone and get my grain here, and then I can take clay and build and family growth next round because Turambar choosing to Reno means that I don't have to worry about fighting with Turambar. I don't have to worry about fighting with anyone for another build because Keith is a full action away from it. So just as long as I can build with my first move next round. Um, we gave you control of the board. Guest room here. Okay, guest room is quite good. Also means that build a room is not at all contested at all. So build into grow 9 should be my plan. Man, people just don't look at the board state, eh? They just do not. Like they have no comprehension. Like for with Payne the other day, I put his family member on top of his name, and I put another family member's person on top of their name, and they were like, and Payne was like, "Oh, I get to do two moves here." Like not thinking, if somebody put their family member tokens back on someone else's name, that might mean something that I should think about. Like, come on. Come on. Also with food on the two stone action, that's probably my next move. Because then I can do something like Reno Stone Oven maybe. Like the Stone Oven is not great for me by any like it's not great for me, but it's there. And I don't want to play a miner. And I can't spend more than one clay because spending more than one clay. You know what? Maybe I do just build the fireplace because a clay build grow is a sequence I can do next round. Yeah, maybe I'm just supposed to do that. The thing is, I kind of wanted to first move 3 wood or maybe even 4 wood because if I do that, I can build my 4 stables with the room action, which would be awesome if I could do that. It's kind of what I was hoping for. I get a grain from family 100%. That's why I'm planning to reno here. That's why I was talking about reed reno sheep because that's a sequence that gets me a grain. The question is not whether I'm renovating or not because yeah, it comes with a grain. The question is more like what do I want my next round to look like? And if I want my next round to be wood grab, build, and like if I get 3 wood, I get to build 3 stables, which is pretty awesome, right? I'm dumb. I cannot build the stone oven. Why did I think I could build the stone oven? Because I'm bad at math, apparently. Alright, I'll just build the fireplace then. Yeah, I'll clay build grow. And go back and have to build stables later. Or delay growing 1 round to take clay and wood next round. Yeah, like if the first 2 moves are 4 wood, 3 wood, then I don't feel so bad about the fireplace here. But I think I just lose too much efficiency if I don't build the fireplace here. I think I kind of need to need to build the fireplace here. Also, yeah, jerryblr jumping in the family growth queue was quite nice. I still think I like taking the 6 wood because I guess jerryblr doesn't know it. Didn't Turambar had played stable artificer at that point. Yeah, I think I still like the 6 wood because yeah, it's not just 6 wood, it's 6 wood and 2 food, right? because you save a food on acquiring in round 7, and you also save you save a food on acquiring round 7, and you also save on take the 4 clay here that I can build. You save on acquiring round 7, and you also save on the family member. So it's like you delay to get six wood and 2 food, and I think that's worth an action. But that's just me. Turambar's got farm steward. All right. Well, I'm hoping to wheel 3 wood then. I don't think I am because I think Berry Picker Keith is going to grab the 3 wood. But yeah, it means I don't grow this round. So that's very good for Turambar. Very good for Turambar. He's in a good spot. Family dealer means he has a bunch of more wood than it looks like he has, and he's got the well and a path to 4 family members. So Dairy Crier. Okay. I get a sheep and 2 food. So kind of punished for not doing first action build room. If I had first action built a room and 2 stables, I could grow this round and have a breeding pair of sheep. But that would also mean not building the 4 stables. And I feel like not building the 4 stables is kind of the worst of both worlds. All right, well, 3 wood's good here. Just make it impossible for my self-defense. That's what it's looking like. That's all right. Also, with guest room, I wonder if Keith is like the fact that I took the 4 clay, and then with guest room, Keith is 7 clay away from playing clay hut extension, right? I think once I get past clay hut extension at Keith, I probably would have been saying, all right, how do I play clay hut extension with like I want to play clay hut extension with cactus lover. That's probably where I would have been, because like fishhook just doesn't seem that important. Cowbell is doing nothing. Camembert is whatever. You got 1 food out of it. It was more fancy than good, right? I think like 2 clay fireplace upgrade to a cooking hearth. It's not sexy, but it probably is because like those are contested, right? These miners are not contested. You're gonna get them out anyways. Now maybe Keith has like village elder or something that I don't know about. Um, just building here, right? Feed 6 plus wood at Faramite. Oh, I'm dumb. Pasteurization. So I'll take plus FF. I can't breed them, but I get to plus FF. And the sheep is off the top. Keith is just very difficult to predict. Yeah, that's fair. Jerry Blair, how does pasteurization work with tenant farmer? It works. I guess everyone saw Tenant Farmer, so it's not like it's any big secret. So I kind of like something like guest plow, plow, grow here. The problem is guest plow is a wood for a field in that case, and there's no guarantee that I wheel field because the board is pretty bad. So I think this is like plow to read grow. Oh, Keith plowed. So maybe something like to read. So maybe I'm getting a clay. Maybe I'm getting a grain here, and I build the stone oven. So like to read. Yeah, I like to read family growth this round, and then I'm doing like major or two stone. Yeah, none of my miners are really worth giving up. Um, None of my miners are really worth giving up. Aramite for, except maybe Stone Giant. Maybe the stone gets to 3 and I get to third action round 12. Like maybe this is a game where the well's gone and I have 4 stone. I maybe build the stone. Like I guess if I play the Stone Giant, I don't get the. I'm not also building the stone oven, so the problem with me taking 2 stone here is that then this becomes the best stone action, and there's no way I'm getting it third move. But maybe I'm getting it, you know, maybe I'm getting it next round. I think the Stone Giant, like if this, I want this action. Whether it's Plowsow or Family Growth, I want this action regardless of what it is. So maybe it's time to play Stone Giant. So 2 stone, Stone Giant. The thing is, if I don't do that, let's say I do this, I get a bunch of food, which I kind of like. But then I'm not using the miner action. And I kind of want to use the miner action. Yeah. This is a bit ugly, but I think it's what I want to do. 3 clay to build again? No, because I want to keep the reed for rope fences. If I build again, then the rope fences just comes too far away. So I really need Tenant Farmer to come down in round 13, right? So that means I'm trying to get my fencing done by the end of round 13. Because if Tenant Farmer doesn't come out in round 13, then I end up losing like a lot of the points that I get out of it by not returning the animals. So like if I get it down in 13, at least I can eat some of them and then return them after, like I can breed in 13, eat them, and then 14 return them. And still at least have 2 of each type. Nice setup here for jerryblr. Iron plow is quite nice here. Get some nice crops. Yep, jerryblr having a nice game. Acquirer into second growth was very good. I still think I have my criticism. I still think it could have been better, but it's good. I mean, playing Dairy Crier to give everyone a bunch of food when you already have cattle, like I'm kind of low on that. Get a grain here. So Aramite is dead, but it did some work. Did some work. If I could have played rope fences, I would have played rope fences and maybe held on to Stone Giant slightly longer. But yeah, so this just means that I'm taking 2 stone in round 11 so that I can first action Family Growth or Plow Sow round 12 no matter what. And then I should be able to second if it's Plow Sow, best case scenario it's Plow Sow because then I can also use it in 13 and maybe even in 14 as well. Now, to use it in 14, I probably would have to take the stone myself in 13, but it's not impossible. If it's Family Growth, it activates once, and then I don't really care beyond that. I guess then maybe Reno is slightly safer, or Major Improvement is slightly safer with Stone Giant, but... Keith taking 4 clay. I take 3 wood. So yeah, 3 wood, 2 stone. Plow's gone. Maybe take I could take a boar just as food to start breeding it. Or take the sheep as food. Yeah. Yeah, I could take the 2 sheep just as for food. Good friend. Only 1 clay left in round 11. Good friend. Keith, start player herb garden. Which animals are still on pasteurization expert? All of them except for the sheep on top. What about tenant here? I don't like tenant here. Reason being HIKLJ, it forces like a fence 4 move, which I'm just really unexcited by that. Boar gives breeding boars. It does, yeah. Rather than playing tenant here, HIKLJ, I'd rather like maybe I just don't play tenant. Maybe I just take two sheep, 1 boar, and skip out on the downside of tenant farmer. That's kind of what I'm thinking about here, because this board is really bad. This board is really bad. And Keith just took start player. Major rope fences, fence tenant. Yeah. But even then, that's still only fencing 11. Like, I kind of want... What I kind of want is, like... Start player rope fences. That's what I... Yeah, I really kind of want start player rope fences. Especially if round 12 is family growth. Start player to get Plowso round 13 is quite appealing. Or start player in 13 to get Plowso 14. Either of those would be very good. Take the 2 stone here. Maybe I do Reno rope fences. Or maybe I do Reno stone oven. Yeah. Yeah, Reno stone oven seems okay. I don't think I want Reno pottery, given clay is quite tight. Although, I mean, clay is only really tight because I think Keith is going to try to clay hut extension. But he's not. Like, does he really want to spend a read on clay hut extension anymore? Maybe not. And especially not if he gets family growth in 12. Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't really like the 1 boar action here because I can't breed sheep and boar. So I'll just breed one or the other. I don't need to breed both. Oh, and Keith didn't give me the option anyways. All right. Oh, I'm dumb. I'm in clay right now. I can't build the stone oven. Not that. Um, I mean, I can reno rope fences. Maybe I just do that. Whoops. Six food and a sheep to feed eight. Plowso, nice. Nice. Plowso being here is awesome. All right, so yeah, so I definitely want to take two stone. I want to take the round 10 two stone action in 13, and that'll let me play stone oven or the pottery. Stone oven would be better though. So I dream scenario I wheel three wood and fence this round. Fence 13. Fence 12 is probably good enough. Yeah, in this game, fence 12 might be good enough. Two wood, fence 12. I think I'll start player before I take two wood, though. Because I don't really care about any other action. Like, I have tons of actions, so I can afford to start player. And tenant farmer means I've got ton of food. I've got enough food for the next harvest. Because I'm okay with eating all my sheep. Salary for a food. So then my round 13 is something like family growth, second move plow sow, third move two stone, fourth move tenant farmer. Yep. So I definitely want to fence this round. I guess it is possible that jerryblr is fencing this round, but if I'm jerryblr, I'm saying fencing is not as good as getting the four stables down for artificer. Wow. Good friend. Good friend. Very good friend. Yeah. And the nice thing about taking two stone in 13, it means that I get Plowso again in 14, right? So this is every time I take Stone Giant, this is the scenario I'm hoping for. This is the how good it can be scenario, which is really good. Ooh, Jerry Blair just took two stone. Jerryblr taking 2 stone might mean that Turambar and Keith are fighting over their getting to 3 stone. So I would like to fence big, but fencing small is just as good in terms of points, and it's better in terms of holding multiple breeding pairs. If there was a way to make 3 pastures bigger with 12, I'd do it, but... Well, there is a way, but it's kind of ugly. Actually, is there? 7, 10... Yeah, there is a way, but it would be like, it would make an L shape, and it's the same number of points, so... Alright. Yeah, so I think the big thing is that, and this is maybe what I'm learning from Stone Giant, um, you need to have the actions to police the stone, and you have to have the desire to take the stone. Which sometimes at this point in the game, the stone oven and the pottery are gone, right? I think I've probably benefited from Keith not taking wood. I think Keith has probably been supposed to have taken a lot more wood than he has. I think that's been quite good for me. There's also a line where I get a vegetable out of Family Counselor after taking 2 stone, because the cattle or the boar have a vegetable on them. But getting the 3 breeding pairs is obviously a lot better. I do have to eat a grain, but that's fine. How am I feeding? Or sorry, not eat a grain, eat a vegetable. I'll have to eat a vegetable, but that's okay. Sowing the grain in with plow sow in 14 is still a point. Um, is the 2 stone getting taken? If it gets taken by someone, then I don't have to worry about major minor being blocked so much, although I have unblockable access to major minor. I mean, if Turambar takes it for his Reno, I think I'm kind of whatever. But not getting my occupation here is, like, incredibly bad. Didn't already get the sheep from... We got the sheep on top from Dairy Crier. Dairy Crier gave me the sheep on top, which I missed at first when I played Dairy Crier, but I think I announced it like 30 seconds or a minute later. So I eat 3 sheep and a vegetable, breed everything. Looks like half-timbered house for Keith, but maybe not. Why does he have the 4 clay? Just gonna build the pottery? He has 4 clay, 2 stone, which is very awkward here. Maybe he's gonna maybe gets a stone off of the top, and then what? Reno. Like, Keith wants to be able to reno fence because his fencing is so ugly. Getting a stone here so that he can reno. Yeah, so Turambar doesn't look like he can reno. So jerryblr and Keith both are the 2 that reno, and I want stone oven. And then otherwise I'm just taking food and animals. So what's Keith doing here with his first move? Maybe family growth? Yeah, Turambar and jerryblr can both family growth without room. Yeah, family growth. Yeah, so Turambar has a hard time getting points out of this round, which I think makes me confident I'm ahead of Turambar. Because our farms are going to be very similar, except the well and the extra room kind of cancel each other out. But otherwise, our farms are going to be extremely similar. Similar number of animals, similar number of crops. But the fact that I got plow sow was good for me. Now, Turambar might get sow bake here, which puts him ahead of me on crop points by quite a bit. But right now we're tied on crop points because I have 2 more grain points and he has 1 more vegetable. Although I am planning to build the stone oven, and when I build the stone oven, I bake my 1 grain, which does eat a point. But the stone oven is a bunch of points for it for itself. So, and then after that, I'm just taking animals. Well, taking food really, not so much taking animals as taking food. Yeah, so like I can eat a cattle. So I can eat a cattle. I can eat a boar. So I can eat a cattle. I don't want to eat a boar. I can eat a sheep, right? Because my sheep my I want the animals that will go to one above a threshold. I don't want to eat those because that means I can breed them to that one above and then return with tenant farmer. The ones that just get right to the threshold are not good. Um, Maybe it's not even correct to bake the grain here. Although it's hard to imagine that I'm doing better than 4 food. Yeah, there's no action that's better than 4 food. How is Keith going to fence? He's not going to. Keith has just given up on fencing. That's why I think I benefited from Keith not taking 3 wood a couple times, which he, maybe was supposed to. But if Keith had taken 3 wood a couple times, then he would be in a position to like fence 10 big, which is ugly. But yeah, I don't know. Turambar playing Panda. Okay, so his last action is 1 point. His last 2 moves are 1 point each. Yeah, it looks like I should have this. It's close though. It is close. Yeah, you know what? He breeds points, which I don't. Yeah, it's close. Oh, jerryblr's. Oh, maybe jerryblr's winning actually. Yeah, 50. Jerryblr did have a very nice game. Which I did help contribute to. I have to plan my feeding here with tenants. So I need to feed 10. So I want to eat a boar. I want to eat a sheep. I do not want to eat a cattle. So I can eat 4 food, a boar, and a sheep. 4 food OHG. And then return after breeding all. So then I go like that. I eat and breed, and I go like that. I eat and breed, go like that. I'm down a grain. So plus 5, 51. Wow. Scraped out the win there. Yeah. Plauso flipping in 12 was huge. Plauso in 12 was absolutely massive for me. Yeah. I left Perpetual Student in my hand. Man, that feels good. Feels good to get a win against Turambar where I leave Perpetual Student in my hand. All right, so I win with 51, 49, 50, and Keith is like 32 or something. 34. GG. 49 for a Turambar. All right, guys. Nice. Nice. And hour 15 minutes too. Really nice quick game. Awesome. Yeah. Good shit. Yeah, Turambar is really good, so nice to get the win against him with especially when I first picked Perpetual Student and then I feel like I drafted well. I don't know. I don't know if I draft like obviously Plauso in 12 was massive. Like Stone Giant was so important for me. Although to be fair, um if I get Plauso in 12, 13, and I get Plow in 12, like then the Plauso in 14 is not that much better than a Plow, and blocking those Plow actions might have been nice to actually block Turambar from Plow actions. That might have been a thing. Thing is, if I'm blocking Turambar from Plow actions, he's probably start playing, putting me in last. So yeah, the Stone Giant was quite good. And Rope Fences was good, as I anticipated. I anticipated a very wood tight game, which was the case. The person with the most wood by far was jerryblr, and you can see that Keith probably should have taken some more wood, but then didn't. All right, so I'm gonna take a short break, and we'll jump into